Today we're going through the top 3 beers of 2023. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today we're doing the top beers reviewed on the channel in 2023. So we're reviewing this I'm doing this video on New Year's Eve. I've left it a bit late, but see if there was any last minute wonders come through. But actually, they pretty much mixed across the whole of the year. So I've got 3 of my top rated beers. Now, the top rated beer actually got 86 out of 100. The second one got 2 got 86 out of 100, and one of them got 84. But there was actually 4 or 5 that got over 80, got 84. So I've picked the one which I think stands out the most. I've drank lots of good beer in 2023. Similar to last year, to 2022, I suppose. There's a lot of across a lot of the usual suspects in terms of breweries. But let's go through it, shall we? So in third place, I'm gonna take this one. Now this one got 84. This was a Beretta. This was a Romanian brewery that I discovered this year, and I've had some really good beers from them. And this was their 7th anniversary, called 7 Down. It was a 6.2% IPA, and hops, it had Talus, Citra, Simcoe, and Sabro Cryo. So pretty damn good, really. And so that was a third place in 80. It got 84 points. A cracking beer and a cracking brewery. Will hopefully be drinking more from Beretta, because I think they've been a good find for 2023. In second place, and also although I haven't done a separate category, this is probably my supermarket beer of the year, and it's actually from Polly's, one of my favourite breweries, of course, Polly's. At the beginning of the year, we had Melting Rose, came into Sainsbury's. It's an IPA, it's 6%, hops in this, Cascade, Citra, Mosaic, and not a lot with Sabro in it, interesting. But this was a really good supermarket beer, and it was so good that basically I only saw it in the supermarkets for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then it disappeared. Obviously, if you go to Sainsbury's now, even now actually, if you go to Sainsbury's now, because I've been in there today, Polly's have got an IPA in there called Infinifold. If you're lucky, you can find it. All their craft beers all been restocked. There's loads of beers in there, but under the Polly's sign for Infinifold, there's nothing. So this one, Polly's sell out really well in the supermarkets. And I think the thing is with Polly's in supermarkets, they are not far off in terms of the beers that you can buy from them from the bottle shops. They haven't really compromised, which I'd say that I think Northern Monk have compromised a little bit this year in regards to their supermarket beers. I don't think they're up to their normal standards. Still pretty solid for a supermarket beer, for Northern Monk in supermarkets. But I think they've dipped a little bit this year. But the Polly's, Infinifold's another good beer, but this Melting Rose was really good. And the top beer reviewed this year, an 86, was this one from Rivington in conjunction with Prig Oslo, a 6.8% double dry hot IPA. This was a really cracking beer. What did it have? It had Mosaic, Eldorado, Muteca, and Mosaic Cryo. Some really interesting sort of, not combination that I would necessarily thought, oh, that's going to be a really great beer. But it was really good, and I've had some really great Rivington beers this year. But this one hit the top spot. So if you've had any of these 3, let me know what you think, whether they were up there with your top beers. But let me know in the comments what your top 3 beers were. Really interested to see what you think of 2023 in terms of great beers. Some honourable mentions, because as I said, there was a lot that was 84. All 3 of these other beers that I'm going to just quickly show here were also 84 out of 100. But I just thought that the Beretta that was the 84 out of those 3 was just that little bit different, and I think Beretta needs a little bit more, because I've had some good beers from them. I think they need to be showcased a bit more. But one that I had quite early in 2023 was this one. Great artwork, unreadable metal logos from Azvex. This was a Citra Mosaic and El Dorado, but this was a really good beer. I really enjoyed this. And really this sort of kick-started Azvegs as being one of my top breweries of 2023. This was one of the first that I had, and I thought, yeah, I'm going to keep drinking from Azvegs. And I've consistently been good, but this one was really good, and I really like the artwork as well. So it was a nice sort of concept. So that's a notable mention. The other notable mention was another Polly's that I had, another 84. This was called If You're Into It. This is, I think, one of the first beers I bought from Prost Bottle Shop, another great find for 2023. They've only been going for literally since December 22, so pretty much 2023 is their year. But this was one of the first beers I bought from them. This is a New Zealand IPA, Muteca Nelson Sauvin, and Riwaka. Cracking beer. I mean, obviously, it's got New Zealand hops here, which I love. But this was a really good beer. So that was another notable mention. And the other one, which I think was very close to getting into my top three, was this one. I probably didn't put it in because I didn't want to over-heavy it with two Rivingtons. But this was another 84, The Evil Dead, another double IPA at 8%. I really enjoyed this beer. Really, really good. Great sort of concept, great artwork, and obviously a great beer. And what did this have in it? This was a collaboration with Chain House. So there's another collaboration, Galaxy, Nelson Sauvin, Idaho 7, cracking selection of beer. So this one, another one in the notable mentions. So they're my top three and a few other notables, but some really good beers. I'm looking forward to drinking more. But let me know what your top three were in the comments. And obviously this is part one of 3 in terms of my review of 2023. We're going to have the top 10 breweries and also the top 10 albums of 2023. So let me know. Keep watching for those. Subscribe if not subscribed. Please give it a thumbs up. And if I don't speak to you before, which probably won't, Happy New Year. And keep on rocking.